the newspapers, that didn't mean anything to me. I didn't know anything that was in the newspapers.
Right.
But everyone could speak the same language, but I was in a brand new place. And it was like a fresh beginning.
I wonder how many people in life are willing to uproot themselves from a successful place where you know that you could have made a reputation in London and been one of the best, if not the best in London, and make that kind of a move. But it's an amazing thing, and you followed your dream, and you did it with passion, which is absolutely amazing.
I think the thing is, Frank, for me, I wasn't married and I didn't have children.
Sure, a lot easier.
And I had this point in my life at 27 when I made that decision. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it now. And I'm going to take a one-way plane ticket, and I'm going to try my best. I don't want to come back.
Right.
That was part of, and I said, but if it doesn't work, I can easily get on a plane and go back home.
Absolutely.
And I'd made a lot of success in the UK, and I'd built up a great reputation as a creative director for Sassoon, working for Weller as a creative director. I'd made a really great reputation myself, but then I had to come to America and start all over again.
Right.
But I was starting in the best city in the world.
Absolutely, and they say if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere, right?
Yeah, and I'm still trying.
Yeah, yes, you definitely are trying. With just a little bit of success.
Well,
just a little bit.
A little.
Let me ask you a question, because we could go into that, but I love that background, and it really, I think people can relate to that if they're coming from a poor section of Atlanta or a poor section of Philadelphia or a poor section of Phoenix. It doesn't really matter, I mean, or any city. The point is that you did that and you made it happen and you followed your dream. But what do you see as the ingredients of success? You've already said it, but I guess I want you to capsulize it for me. What do you see the ingredients of success of what you've seen both for yourself as well as what you see with other great success stories here?
The number one ingredient is you got to work really, really hard. And you got to have a destination. You got to know where you want to be. Remember, I made that commitment to myself that if I'm going to be a hairdresser, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. And then I navigated by working with the right people, okay? You got to remember, it's all about who you hang out with.
It is.
When people are starting to get negative or they're going off the rails, you have a choice. Fall off the rails with them or kind of redirect your attention. You know, and I think that you need to have a destination. You know where you want to be. You might not know where you're going to end up, but you know where you want to be, okay? You got to be really hardworking. You got to be consistent, and you got to be focused on the prize. You know, and the prize to me has always been trying to be happy every day, knowing that I'm doing something positive, and my life has been really spectacular because I've had this common thread. Because no matter what ups and downs I've been through, and I've been through them, where I've lost my father at a very young age. I lost my father just before I came to America. He was in his mid-50s, and you know, we've had some trials and tribulations, as everybody does. But I've always said, I think somebody somewhere along the way must have said to me, you'll always have your career. And you see, it's not like you'll always have your job, but you'll always have your career.
Nobody can take it away from you.
Okay, and that's what I've got. And what I've learned over the last few years when we had that economic meltdown, and the world now, even today, it's very topsy-turvy.
It is.
You know, we don't know, you know, what direction things are going in. You know, what I realized and what I believe now to be true is that your number one piece of equity that you can have in your life is having a great career. And to be able to provide for yourself because you've learned a skill. I mean, I can do hair anywhere in the world. You know, there's a lot of poor people in this town. A lot of people that will stop you and they'll shake a can and, you know, they'll open a door and have a cup and you'll put a quarter in and, you know. And it only happened to me the other night, and I said to myself as I was walking home after I just put a quarter in this guy's cup, I said, I'm so thankful that I have learned a craft because I can cut hair anywhere and I can generate money.
Yes, you can. And they can't downsize you. They can't ship it offshore. You know, it's you. And it's all a matter of your heart and your passion and your dedication to it.
I mean, where I've come from, it's remarkable where I've come from to where I am today. And I've never been to business school, you know, but I've lived.
Yes, you have. You've gone to business school every day of your life.
That's exactly right.
You really
I
have.
live in the business school world.
And you know, here's the worst part. business schools don't teach what it is you've learned. I mean, they'll teach you a lot about finance, they'll teach you a lot about those kind of things, but they don't teach about passion, and they don't teach about dedication, and they don't ultimately teach about customer dedication and customer communication and those things. You've got a master's degree in this stuff, my friend.
Yeah, well,
or a doctorate.
Well, by working in the best salons, by working with the best people,
Right.
I've been an avid student,
Obviously.
and I'm learning every single step of the way. I am still learning today, and I'm working harder today, as well you know, than I've always worked. But I always worked hard, but now I'm working extra hard.
Funny, and the message here is that the more successful you become, the harder you love to work. I mean, you enjoy the work. And in your case, you got a great life partner, your wife, who's an amazing woman, and she not only supports you in that, she's pretty much guilty of that herself.
Yeah, she's a brilliant hairdresser,
Oh,
so I
she's
found,
amazing.
you know, my personal life and my passion. You see, I think the one thing is, I don't look at what I do as a job.
Right.
I look at it, it's like my lifestyle. And it's always been that way. And that's why I've got success, because when I was an employee, and I was an employee for a lot longer than I've been an employer.
Right.
As an employee, I was always the role model or the protege. And people really liked me because of my dedication and commitment to try and do the right thing. It was always about trying to do the right thing.
Right.
It wasn't about trying to get one up. It wasn't about trying to make more money. It wasn't about trying to, you know, make things benefit me. It was more about always trying to do the right thing for the greater good of, you know, the growth of my co-workers, the people that I work with, the business, the brand, my boss, you know. So I think that by having that, and I teach that to my students, I say, one day if you want to own your own business, I have one piece of advice: become a really brilliant employee.
Right.
Because when you become a great employee, then you got a chance of being a great boss.
Absolutely. And the old quote that I'm sitting here thinking about while you're saying this, that I always remembered is, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
And that's true. That's obviously true with you. You found your passion, and you work it every day.
Yeah, and I have to keep on, you know, I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's, this is a lot of work. It's a big commitment, but I got high ambition, okay? I've got high ambition, and I love and I enjoy what I do, okay? So I have to work hard, and I've got to kind of re-inspire myself, and I'm only a human being. But the good news is I've surrounded myself with great people. So if I'm feeling a little empty, if I'm feeling a little down, if I'm feeling like the world's just getting a little bit, if there's a dark cloud over my head, because it happens, okay,
You're
to
human.
all of us.
Absolutely.
I've surrounded myself with people that they'll pull me out.
You betcha.
You know what I mean? And they'll pull me into that positive state, and it'll get me to reflect and remind myself, hey, isn't this magic? I mean, think of everything that I've achieved, and I still have a lot more desire and passion
we
for
have
me
not
to
seen
achieve.
the end of Nick Arrojo. We've only seen the very tip of the iceberg. And I got to tell you, my theory has always been that people around you either pull you up or pull you down. And it's up to you to pick out the ones that are going to pull you up.
Yep.
And you've done that.
Yep.
I've been in your salon. It's a magical place. The energy, the whole feeling, it's magnetic in your salon. And everyone in that salon wants to pull you up.
Yeah, they do.
So, and
they do.
that's an amazing place.
You know, because behavior breeds behavior. You know this.
Absolutely.
You have a large empire.
Okay.
Okay.
But you know what? I've surrounded myself with people who are smarter than me, and I've surrounded myself with people who honestly pull me up, and it's an amazing feeling. It really is. I love it. I love every day.
And all you people that I work with, from the top level right the way down through the chain of command. It's spectacular.
But that's why our organizations have worked so well. I mean, and I just love working with you, and our people love working with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you the question, and of course we talk longer than we're supposed to, but that's me as well as you, and I think it's cool because I know our students and our educators want to hear more about you and more things. But one of the questions, they would not forgive me for if I didn't ask this, and that is, if somebody says to themselves, "Wow, I want to be plugged into a Nick Arrojo," what kind of a person would you be looking for to work both as an apprentice to you, or because nobody comes in and they become a top artist in your salon today.
Nope.
You don't hire those kind of people. You bring people in that everybody starts at the same place, I believe, the shampoo bowl and in the dispensary. Am I right? That's
Yeah.
where they start.
Yeah.
But tell me, what would you be looking for in somebody walking in to your salon to come to work for you?
Well, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it every step of the way, okay? And my future is based on the success that I'm going to have surrounding myself with great people, okay? I'm not looking for talent, because I can train talent. We can teach talent as long as the student is ready, prepared to apply himself with getting the right models and having the right consistency. What I look for is I look for someone that's nice, and that's hard, you know, someone that's nice, that has a nice demeanor. I'm looking for someone that has a vision that they want to be truly successful, and I'm looking for someone that I believe is prepared to work really hard. Whatever it takes to make you successful is the name of the game. In my business, my apprentices, my stylists, they will do, as I will do, any job, any task in my business to make that business function in a better way. If there's not one day I go into my bathroom at work and before I leave, I wipe the floor. Every time I go in. That's kind of a practice.
Do the same thing.
That's a practice that my boss said to me in that Neil Denmark salon. He said to me, one of the best words of advice, he said, when you walk into this salon, you make sure you look at it as if it's your shop.
Yep.
And from that day, that was, you know, 29 years ago, every day I walk in, I say the same thing. I look around. If I see anything that's not right, I clean it, I fix it, I don't ignore it. So I am looking for people that have that right mentality and approach. And I'm lucky because I'm managing to find a lot of them. I think a lot of them exist in the world.
They
I
do.
really do.
They do.
I think one of the biggest challenges, and one of the things that I would like to say to plenty of students and people that maybe get the chance to experience this, you know, conversation, would be, don't worry about what other people do or what other people don't do.
Right.
Don't worry about what other people say. Focus on your dream, focus on your vision, and realize this is your journey. I have been pulled down many a time in my career. I have had highs, and I have had some real lows. There have been times when I've wanted to throw in the towel. There have been times when I thought that maybe I've been unfairly judged. You know, there have been times where I think something happened to me that should not have happened to me. And I've always come back to the same old, you know, philosophy and the same old choice. Dust yourself down, get back to the basics, and keep on trucking. And I do know this for a fact. The world will take care of the people that work really hard, and the people that are nice, and the people that try, and the people that are consistent. The world will take care of you. And it doesn't matter what other people think or say or how they behave. All you can do is focus on what you do. When I came to this country, I didn't know anybody. Okay? Now, New York City is a place where a lot of people come from all over.
Right.
Yeah? So strangers become your friends. Now, it takes a while before you know what a friend really truly is.
Right.
Okay? You know, there's a saying, it takes a long time to make real friends. Okay? And I've had to navigate when I felt that maybe I'm in the wrong company, when I felt that maybe I'm in the wrong place. I've had to navigate myself into a different place.
Right.
You know, my success is not about TV. My success is 29 years of trying to focus on being the best that I could be in this industry. And along the way, I've had TV, I've had partnership breakups, I've had relationship breakups, I've had financial challenges, I've worried about where the money's going to come from to pay for a certain thing. But to this day, and right here, right now, I'm in a great position because I have surrounded myself with great people and I've made great friends, and I've looked to people like yourself and a couple of others that I truly look at as mentors for me, because you got more life experience than me, Frank. Okay,
That's just because I have more gray hair than you.
And we know this, okay? So, but you know, but by being close to you and the people that we know and that we talk about, they help you. You help me.
Right.
And I'm there to help It's like a flow
And,
through.
and
I'm
believe me,
there
you've
to help other
and
people.
you've helped me as well, and that's what makes the relationship so amazing. And I've got to end this with this because I've got to tell you, a lot of people don't know this about. A lot of people are learning about you, and now they see it. But you absolutely care deeply about education. And what I think is neat is, okay, you work very, very, very closely with making your brand better and making the whole Arrojo thing, the magic of Arrojo, which I consider it magic. But the other thing that you do, and one of the things that you and I found as a common area, a common thread, was there's a need for more advanced education in America. And all American advanced education is all in cosmetology has always been through beauty dealers. It's always been through shows like the New York show and the Chicago show, Long Beach show. But there's really no other advanced education unless it has to do with how many cases of perms you buy or shampoo you buy or whatever the case might be. And you and I both said that's enough. There's got to be a master's level program in America, and we are building that together.
Sure.
And you are doing this all over the United States. It's pure hands-on education, and I am so proud to have my name affiliated with yours doing that.
Me
because
too.
you're taking it to the next level.
Well, the Masters of Beauty program to me is an amazing opportunity. Masters of Beauty, okay? It's an amazing opportunity to partner with the biggest school organization in America. Let's take it another step, okay? Let me tell you, like, I have ambition and I have desire and I have something, I always say if you don't have a destination, where you going? So I have a destination. And these things happen in life as you kind of go through life. And sometimes you find yourself in a place and you're like, wow, I'm here now.
Right.
So you know where I am? Yes, I have my own business. Yes, I have my own salon. Yes, I have my own school. Yes, I have my own advanced academy.
Right.
Yes, I have my own product line. And I'm building all of those elements for the success of my team,
And
my
brilliantly.
business. And I'm enjoying that. But I have a bigger, it's like a really bigger broad stroke. And that is I really want to contribute to raising the profile of hairdressing in America. And this is why I work so hard, because I truly want to represent, okay, I want to represent what is excellent in hairdressing. I want to raise the standard as much as we possibly can.
Absolutely.
When we talk about hairdressing in America, I think that it's just an amazing career. I meet students all the time that are coming into hairdressing because they now no longer have to explain to their family why they want to become a hairstylist.
Exactly.
Okay? For some people, it can be perceived as a job that's on the low end of the career spectrum.
Our students and our staff fight that all the time.
For me, hairdressing is the best job
Absolutely.
in the world. I'm living proof. I came to this country with $1,500. I'm living the American dream. I have a multi-million-dollar business. I have no partners. It is everything is I built from literally from nothing, and yet we're having amazing success. You know, a lot of people, maybe if you have a lot of finance behind you, you may be perceived as being a little bit easier. I don't know, but when you've
never had that, have you?
I've never had it. So I just work really diligently, and I want to raise the awareness for everybody out in this country that hairdressing is a true job, it's a true career, it's a phenomenal career path, and we really need to really professionalize what we do so that we can truly be continually successful. And if I can do my best to raise the profile, I would love it. You know, a lot of people travel to America. Wouldn't it be great in my lifetime if all of a sudden now, when people are getting on the plane to come to America, part of their experience would be to go and get an American haircut, an American hair color. Wouldn't it be great if in career fairs, people were encouraged to go into hairdressing as a career? But we have to have role models, and I'm trying to be one of those role models to really set a standard for quality hairdressing. Because think about it, big picture thinking. Think about it. There's 300 million plus people in America, and most of them have hair. So we will never go out of business.
Nope.
And all we need to do, and this is what I tell to every student and every hairdresser who's in training, what I say is, you'll never ever have to worry about swings in the economy. Just be really good at what you do, because what we do as hairdressers, we not only touch people to make them look great, but we also touch people to make them feel great. And I go to work every day and I see smiles. I get to experience happiness when I make someone feel great, look great, better than maybe they've ever looked, better than they've experienced in years. And I do that on the hour, every hour.
Right.
And then I also get the ability to work with a great, a great team of people, and I get to experience their joy when they become busy, when they become fully booked, when they start to taste success, when they go on stage and do a demonstration, when they're there to support. I really just love what we do as a business, and I think that we've got to promote it. It's multifaceted. You can work behind the chair, you can own your own salon, you can work in TV, you can work in fashion, you can work in film, you can work in education. There is so many things to this career that are so magical. And I think that right now, and as my foreseeable future, my goal is to continue to try to be a role model for our industry and try and encourage people to really see the true value of what being a great hairdresser is all about, and to encourage parents and people to, stay focused on your dreams, be successful, and really, enjoy being a phenomenal hairstylist.
Well, and oh, by the way, you forgot the one part. You said you get all these wonderful benefits, and I'm sorry, and they also pay you really well for that. And why do they do that? Because of all the stuff that you're doing.
Absolutely.
And the money, am I right? The money follows the passion. The passion doesn't follow the money.
Another great truism.
All right, go ahead.
When you make decisions based on money, you make the worst decision.
Absolutely true.
Okay, I don't know anybody that I've seen that, maybe a very few people are smart at that. I'm not smart at that. What I'm smart at is following my passion. And what I found by following my passion is I have made more money than I could possibly ever dreamed about.
Right.
Seriously, I mean, I have my own apartment in New York City. I have my wife, my 2 kids. I have cars. I have a great business.
And you're doing
there's liquid.
Right.
But I've never made any real decision solely on money. My decision's been based on what's the right thing to do. Where's the passion? And if I have to work twice as hard to make this happen, I'll work twice as hard to make this happen. And that has been another great key to my success.
It really has. And I'm telling you, if you've used the word passion 50 times in this conversation, and I'm going to tell you, we got to bring this to a close eventually. I could sit here and do this all day, Nick. Matter of fact, we could do like a whole library of just us sitting and talking. But you have been the person who's given back to this industry more than anybody I've met ever in my life.
Oh, well, thank you.
And you're the best. And that's not easy for me to say, because there have been some incredible people before you. Some that have been your mentors, you've already passed them out. So at the end of the day, my friend, I'm going to tell you, if people walk away from this tape, or this video, I'm sorry, and see nothing, and they hear nothing except for you saying, you got to be passionate and you got to work hard, I'm going to tell you something. It was worth every minute of us doing this, and I think they will. They'll see it.
Yeah.
My friend, any final words of wisdom?
Well, I just think that the most important thing is follow your dreams, enjoy what you do, and stay focused on success. I always say this: if I can do it, you can do it.
Right.
Because what's in the back of my head is I look at the Sassoons, I look at the Evaders, I look at the Paul Mitchells, and I say, if they can do it, I can do it.
Right.
And I'm going to finish by saying, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And my hope and my goal is I want people to supersede me and be better than I am and be more successful than I am. Because when it comes for me to kind of put down the shares, which won't be for many, 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 many years.
You'll never be able to do it.
I'll only be when I'm passing on to the other side.
You'll be in a wheelchair somewhere doing this, okay? Whatever you have to do.
I want my legacy to be that there's a guy that really helped to do something positive for the industry, and it's an industry that's taken care of me, and I'm going to continue to try my best to steer it in the right direction.
That epitaph is being written every single day by you, and it's an amazing thing. My friend, this is one of my highlights of my job, having been able to sit here and talk to you like this. Wow, this has meant more to me than anything, and I appreciate it. I hope that you do me a favor and give that lovely wife of yours and your 2 incredible young twin boys a big kiss for me, okay? Because you have an amazing family, and you deserve them, and they deserve you as well.
And they might be hairdressers.
Well, you never know.
I'm hoping.
But it could happen. It could happen, my friend. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Nick.
Pleasure.
Thank you.